Satoru Gojo is a central character in the anime and manga series Jujutsu Kaisen. He is a powerful Jujutsu sorcerer and a teacher at Tokyo Jujutsu High, widely regarded as the strongest sorcerer of his generation due to his extraordinary abilities, including the limitless technique and the 6 eyes. Known for his white hair, blindfold and confident personality, Gojo is dedicated to protecting humanity from cursed spirits while working to reform the Jujutsu world. Despite his playful and often humorous demeanor, he is a deeply complex character whose immense power and strong sense of justice make him one of the most popular figures in modern anime. Let's see how he can achieve his physique, strength, combat style and athleticism. Before starting this absolute banger of a physique breakdown, I have to warn you that this video will contain a lot of spoilers for the chapters 222 to 236. Chapters that will be animated in the season 5, I think. So if you don't want crazy spoilers, I recommend you skip to the workout plan directly. Okay, let's go. So, let's start with his physique. Satoru, after being released from the prison realm, looked like a different man. He had almost the same muscle mass as Toji. I say almost because Toji is slightly bigger. So Gojo had a nice V-taper, nice shoulders and arms, great definition, and let's cut it short, he was aesthetic and his upper body was bigger than his lower body. Now his strength. My man has way more strength in the lower body than the upper body, even though his punches feel like getting hit by a brick wall. Not just that, but he played with the strongest sorcerer in history like he was a toy. Gojo even made holes when he walked. So he is packed with strength without a doubt. We can't really tell if his legs are big, but still, we don't want imbalances, so we will give a bit of mass to the legs. Sadly, I have to make a choice between human strength and a perfectly aesthetic body, because we can't have the best of both worlds. So, we will focus on more muscle mass for the upper body and more strength for the lower body. The upper body strength will directly come from the combat training, and the functional muscle mass for the legs will directly come from the athleticism training and combat training. Now the combat style. Unlike many Jujutsu sorcerers, Gojo is a master when it comes to hand-to-hand fighting. He uses his curse technique to land stronger attacks that can literally erase your consciousness. His combat style is extremely polyvalent. He uses stances from boxing, kickboxing, kung fu, karate and many more. I think you know where I'm going with this. The perfect style for him will be taijutsu. Call me lazy for choosing this, but guess what? I'm pretty sure I'm right. He does everything with his body, from kicking to punching to grappling. He lacks nothing, and that can be easily verified by this statement. He is the strongest sorcerer of that generation. Which means you have to be an absolute unit when it comes to basically everything. And since taijutsu can be translated as everything you can do with your body, taijutsu is for me the best choice. So for now, we have a master in hand-to-hand fighting who is strong and incredibly aesthetic. Athleticism is the last thing he needs. Being Satoru Gojo, he can't lack athleticism. In my opinion, his main feature is endurance. Throughout the whole fight, we never saw him taking a minute to catch his breath. Except the time his brain was bleeding, but that's another story. Okay, I know he used his reverse curse technique to heal his wounds and brain, but still, his endurance is incredible. He fought for a long time without any break. It's even more crazy when you realize that he was going full speed and full explosiveness. So we will train plyometrics for this explosiveness and speed, and cardio for the crazy endurance. And the last thing to add is flexibility. To land high kicks like he did, flexibility is a must. It also helps with the range of motion, it helps you avoid injuries, and it can also help with recovery. Okay, now let's see the workout plan. We will do 2 full bodies, 1 plyometrics day and 2 days dedicated to taijutsu. And yes, it is the same workout plan as Megumi Fushiguro, because Megumi and Gojo are both ultra polyvalent, but Gojo's physique and strength are different. This is why the exercises are the same, but the number of sets and reps are different. You see the following structure. The exercise, the number of sets times the number of reps. Only 1 or 2 working sets because we will work 1 muscle group multiple times in a week, which is actually better than annihilating the muscle on 1 day. And 1 or 2 sets is the maximum amount of load your body could take. Don't forget that the nervous system recovers more slowly than the muscular system, and it can take up to 72 plus hours to properly recover. So we will not destroy our body in the gym with a ton of sets. The number of reps will sit at 5 to 6, 7 to 8, 9 to 10 and max. The 5 to 6 rep range is almost an all-in for strength with a touch of hypertrophy. The 7 to 8 is for me the sweet spot between strength and hypertrophy. The number of sets dictate how much mass we want. The 9 to 10 rep range will be the best suited for hypertrophy, you'll get some strength too. And the max is for maximum amount of reps or maximum amount of seconds. Also, no more than 3 days at the gym, because with the combat training, you'll be doing 4 full bodies and 1 plyometrics day, which is a lot. Okay, let's start with full body 1, squats. Doing squats at the beginning of the workout will give a testosterone boost for the whole day and for days to come. This will build overall leg strength and vertical pushing strength. Next, weighted chin-ups. Not pull-ups because we have only 2 exercises for the back, so we'll do chin-ups for mass. Doing weighted chin-ups can damage your biceps and tear them, so be careful to not ego lift. This will build back width and biceps mass. Next, incline bench press. This will target the upper part of the pecs and bring a nice and round shape to your pecs, making your upper body look bigger. This is also good for pushing strength. If you have a big rib cage, set the bench at an angle of 45 degrees, and if you have a normal rib cage, set it at around 30 degrees. After that, lateral raises. You can either do them with cables or the classic dumbbell lateral raises. This will create the boulder shoulders we want. Next, seated overhead press. I will recommend doing it with dumbbells and at an 80 degrees bench angle. This will create the endurance for your shoulders, punching strength, and of course, bring mass to the shoulders. And finally, cable overhead extension for triceps. I recommend the V-bar or the straight bar, simply because the rope isn't quite the best for triceps mass. Alright, full body 2. Starting strong with Romanian deadlifts. This will build the posterior chain strength, vital for fighting, and will build hamstrings and glutes mass. The calves and lats will also be triggered, but it's nothing compared to the hams and glutes. Next, we have weighted dips. This will build the lower and middle part of the pecs, giving strength and mass to the pecs, front delts and triceps. If you can do the dips on the rings, it will be better since you need to stabilize yourself, thus creating more strength. After that, we have bent over barbell rows. This will create the thickness of the back and this will help with pulling actions. This will bring definition and mass to the upper back. Next, we have once again lateral raises to create the boulder shoulders. Then reverse flies. You can either do them with cables or on the machine. This exercise will create even more definition in the mid-back, but will primarily target the rear delts, giving the final touch to the boulder shoulders. And finally, incline biceps curls. I recommend that you set up the bench at an angle of 45 degrees to get the sweet spot for contraction and stretch. This exercise will build the biceps thickness we want and need. And last but not least, plyometrics day. For plyometrics, I have my go-to as usual: box, broad, hurdle jumps and lateral bounds. Box jumps will give you vertical explosiveness. Broad jumps will give you horizontal explosiveness. Hurdle jumps are mixed between vertical and horizontal explosiveness, and lateral bounds will help you change directions fast without losing momentum. After the plyometrics, I recommend you do shrugs for your traps. Doing shrugs will give you a fuller look to your physique and will help you when you need to carry heavy things. And finally, do the hollow body hold to gain core strength, vital for the combat training and the gym. This will not bulk up your abs, but will give definition to your abs. With all of this, there are some things you should know and apply. Always warm up before an exercise with 2 warm-up sets. Just go light and warm up the muscle gradually. Rest 2 to 3 minutes between every set, and that is even the warm-up sets. Always have a proper execution and don't ego lift. You'll damage your muscles more than anything else. On every workout day, do 30 minutes of light cardio for endurance. Just get your heart rate moving and steady. Stretch on every rest day for 20 minutes. And something that is vital is rest. So please keep the rest days. Do not add any workout or more combat training, don't even add cardio. Just chill and stretch. You need to understand that with 2 combat training days, 3 days at the gym and morning cardio, your nervous system will be toast if you don't let it rest. So give yourself enough sleep, enough rest, and don't smoke or drink alcohol. Indeed, alcohol and smoking are harmful for you as an athlete and will damage your recovery and overall body. And last but not least, try to give at least 1 day off between the workout days. Training for taijutsu the day after or before a gym session will be hard on your nervous system, but it's still okay compared to 2 days back to back to the gym. So in a week, you'll have to manage 3 workouts and cardio and 2 combat training days. With all of this, you need some serious nutrition. You need to know your BMR and TDEE, and based on this, you need to figure out if you need to be on a cut, bulk or maintenance. Since we can see some definition through Gojo's clothes, we can assume that he is around 12% body fat. So if you are way above 12% body fat, be on a cut. If you are way under 12% body fat, be on a surplus. And if you are around 12% body fat, be on a maintenance or a slight surplus to equilibrate with the mass gained. The carbs and fat intake depends a lot if you are on a cut, bulk or maintenance. But for the protein intake, try being around your body weight in pounds. So if you are at 170 pounds, have around 170 grams of protein daily. Once again, this is general advice, but if you want, I made 2 videos that talk about nutrition. The first one talks about the basics of nutrition, macronutrients and micronutrients. And the second one talks about the gut-brain axis, the link between the brain and the gastrointestinal tract. And if you want to learn more things about your muscular system, check out my video on the matter. And of course, I made other physique videos so you can find your perfect physique or make your own based on the models I provide. Ladies and gentlemen, that was everything I had to say. If you enjoyed, let me know it in the comments. If you want to see another physique on here, let me know it in the comments too. And we will meet next time for some other video. And like always, take care.